We work our way through to the off season here. We're all excited about the Super Bowl and stuff, but we got other teams that ain't got nothing to play for except for head coaches. They're trying to find some head coaches. We had Nathaniel Hackett hired to Denver. Matt Eberflus goes to Chicago. And then yesterday, or no, I guess it was Saturday, the New York Giants got Brian Daboll from the Buffalo Bills.
I am still dumbfounded that is the job he took.
Why?
I heard from Jump Street he was the preferred option in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Now, walk this back. Now the Miami Dolphins are all in on Jim Harbaugh. What does that tell you? They thought Brian Daboll was taking their job too.
Okay.
I wasn't hearing this from the birds and the squirrels. Brian Daboll actually made the decision. I would rather be with the Giants. And I struggled to figure out why. I know he trusts the GM.
Mm-hmm.
They were together in Buffalo. And I don't remember how to pronounce his name.
Shane. Joe Shane.
Joe Shane. I wanted to call him Scone.
Scoin.
But I still look at it and go, okay, you could have had Tua Tagovailoa or Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You could have had Miami's defense or the Giants' defense. You could have been in Miami. You could have been in New York. All of these things lend to why would you not take the job in South Beach?
Maybe he's just comfortable in New York. He likes being in the state. He loves the tax rates, all that kind of stuff. I mean, what's not to love?
I'll be honest with you. I don't think the New York Giants could have hired a coach that I would have been happier with than this one.
Okay. Because offense is the biggest thing that they need help with?
Can we stop doing these drive-up videos? Have you seen this?
One with U.S. Airways?
Yeah. So he pulls his truck in, and it looks like something out of Yellowstone. Like he just jumps out. Like, time to go to work. I don't need you to walk me through the facility, okay? I don't need to know what your walk to work looks like. If you could just come up there and go, yeah, Giants. Woo. Plenty for me.
Right.
But Giants fans should be ecstatic about this. I never thought, with the state of that roster where Dave Gettleman left it, that you would be able to get a coach this talented.
Well, I mean, I understand why somebody would want to be there. Because
it's the biggest media market in the world.
Right. But it's aside from the media market. It's just, it is a franchise that has a history of winning. And I get that they're not, a
long time ago.
I get it was a long time ago.
Hasn't been nearly as consistent as you think either.
Right. But they put themselves in a position to win. The Mara family has these ebbs and flows.
Yeah, really the only difference between the Jets and the Giants is the Giants' helmet doesn't look like it came out of a pinball machine.
Okay.
They're very shiny. I love my team, but man, our helmets are shiny.
But the Giants win. I mean, they win Super Bowls. You guys don't do that.
Got lucky a couple times.
Got lucky, yeah.
Tom Brady. I love my chances against him.
No, I get why you would want to be there. I mean, they're gonna take swings.
When you have 2 top 10 picks, you got a quarterback in Daniel Jones that is not irrevocably broken. He's not. I will argue with you about this until my dying day, solely because I know how bleak the quarterback market is.
Look, I'm not saying he's irrevocably broken. I'm just saying he's a very, very flawed quarterback who, Brian Daboll's saying all the right things right now. He's saying all the right things of we're gonna build an offense that's suited to his skills. Hopefully that's not fumbling the ball every other possession. And we're gonna build around him to what works best. I was reading he was talking about how he went to Daniel Jones and said, "Hey, I need you to. Why don't you send me some of the schemes that you've been doing over the last 4 years and what you're familiar with, and I'll see if we can, or what you like to do, and we'll try to work it into the playbook."
I need you to understand what I'm getting ready to say. Brian Daboll just looked at 2 situations and chose Daniel Jones over Tua Tagovailoa. That should tell you everything you need to know. Because you've been a huge Tua supporter. He's turned a corner. A guy that's forgotten more about quarterback play in this league than either of us will ever know just looked at it and went, nope, I'm good with Daniel Jones. Because you're not taking that job under the pretense of I'm going to draft one of you. I've heard that a bunch of times too. that's not exactly how this would have gone. He's going into this knowing we're still pretty committed to Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it goes terribly in the first year, then, okay, I got a whole new set of problems.
Right.
But at the end of the day, this was choosing Daniel Jones over Tua. There's no other way to look at this. The ownership groups are reasonably close.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think the Mara family is better liked.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
They
was
worry
maybe
about a
he
lot
does,
of things that don't make any sense to me.
John
Mara has been one of the loudest about taunting and things like that. And it's gotten to a point where some people in league circles look at him and go, okay, we understand you're 9 billion years old, but okay, stop. You keep bringing these things up and you have such a voice in the room that it winds up down a rabbit hole and we're doing $10,000 fines for people throwing up a peace sign.
Mm-hmm.
Calm down.
I mean, I think the ceiling is higher if I'm looking at it from a job standpoint with New York than it is with Miami.
Well, for one very simple reason. Look at the division.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to Miami, I'm looking up at Buffalo, and they seem to be quite a ways away from me.
Oh,
New England, they're right here with us. And the Jets?
And the Jets are trying to sneak up on us.
I don't know what they are. They got a quarterback that beat this Bengals team that's in the Super Bowl. Still sounds weird to say out loud.
Right.
Or you can go to the Giants, where, you got the Eagles, but they don't have a quarterback. The Cowboys, but they're expensive, and they can't get over the hump. The Washington football team, they need a quarterback. I get it. And I think it's going to be a good hire.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time that the Giants have made a hire in 25 years that I think I looked at and went, yes, that's good. I mean, Tom Coughlin, but that
was so long ago.
Well, A, it was a long time ago. B, when they hired him, it wasn't like the slam dunk that everybody seemed to think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a couple good years in Jacksonville. There was some less than ideal things that came out of that.
Right. So, I mean, I would agree with you. I think I like the hire. I like Brian Daboll. I think he's going to be a good coach in this league.
Confirmed hires. Where do you put this one?
The confirmed hires, I would say this is 2.
It's 1 for me.
I would put it 2 behind Nathaniel Hackett.
It's 1 for me, and it's not really all that close. I just believe in Daboll's ability to put a staff together. I love that he's keeping Patrick Graham.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things I was really interested to see. Whoever took this job, are you going to keep the really intelligent, very highly thought of defensive coordinator? And it was the first words out of his mouth. And that just tells me, you know what? This guy gets it. This guy's been very measured about what job he was going to take.
Right.
He's had opportunities to be a head coach in the league before. And this is the one they settled on and went, that's where I can win.
Well, the New York Giants got them a good head coach, I think. I mean, I feel pretty certain about that. Of course, I think I said the same thing about Matt Rule, and that hasn't gone too well for the Carolina Panthers.
Well, here's one big difference. Matt Rule didn't have 2 picks in the top 8 or 7. I think they wound up at 7.
Right.
You can change the roster a lot with 2 top 7 picks.
Oh, no doubt. And you go heavy on the offensive line and protect your running back, protect your quarterback, see what you can do with the weapons that you already have in the building. I think they have a lot to build on offensively for the New York Giants.
Well, I mean, they have pieces defensively. You just got to find somebody that can bring them all together.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Patrick Graham's going to be the coordinator. I think having a reasonable facsimile of an offense is going to change that drastically. I'm not as dead set that Daniel Jones is unfixable.
Are you starting to lose any faith in Adam Schefter? Just curious.
No.
It wasn't the greatest of weekends for Adam Schefter.
Why? Because he was 100% right about Tom Brady retiring, and then Tom went, no, and his dad. No, Tom has made a decision. Tom's 100% made a decision. He didn't want this to get out before the Super Bowl happened.
Right.
Well, it did.
Yeah, everybody. So the shark has been jumped, so to speak, on that. Today, he's reporting in the head coaching searches that the Jacksonville Jaguars brought in Rich Bisaccia.
Rich Bisaccia.
To interview for their head coaching vacancy.
Somebody asked this yesterday if he was going to get a head coaching job, and I laughed.
But now?
And I thought, who in the world outside of the Raiders would hire him? The Jacksonville Jaguars went, hold my beer.
Yeah, that might be the only coach in the league that actually wants to take that job now.
I don't do this often, but I'm going to break news. The Jacksonville Jaguars are just one step away from interviewing Adam Gase.
Or David Kelly. I hear he's available.
David Kelly would be better than probably half of the candidates they've actually brought in.
Rich Bisaccia.
Just get it done with Byron Leftwich.
They're not gonna, because they apparently don't want to get rid of Trent Baalke, which is
fire Trent Baalke.
Awful.
Fire him today.
You're in the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. Greene on Greene. Jeremy's on a hot streak lately. Let's see if he's got some winners for us coming up next here on ESPN Asheville. Hey, it's Tank Spencer, host of the Sportsocracy.